What's going on, guys? John Elder here from Codemy.com, and in this video, we're going to do some much needed work to our navbar of our dental website using Django and Python. Alright guys, like I said, in this video, we're going to start to work on our navbar. But before we get started, if you like this video, want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, which really helps, and check out Codemy.com, where I have dozens of courses with hundreds of videos to teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. That's all my courses, videos, and books for a one-time fee at just $49, which is insanely cheap. Okay guys, before we get started, really quickly, I gotta tell you about a little thing I messed up in yesterday's video when we're talking about settings for our email, our SendMail server, right? I have this email port 587 in quotation marks. That needs to be not in quotation marks. This has to be an actual number, not a string. And same thing when we're using that local development server. You know, we did that at the beginning of the video too. So whether your port is 587 or was it 1050, whatever, for the test server, it needs to be not in quotation marks. So, okay, up until now, we've got this navbar going on here, and you'll notice it appears on our home page. It also appears on our contact page. But when you click on these other links, nothing happens because we haven't built this out yet. But before we do that, before we fix all those links, I want to talk about navbars and also footers down here. Chances are, if you're building a website, it will have a navbar and a footer area. And chances are the navbar and the footer area of your website will be the same for every single page of your website, right? So instead of having this code on every single page of your website, we want to break it apart, put it in its own file, so that then every page of the website can just reference that one file for this code. And why do we want to do that? Well, because, you know, whenever you make a change, so in the future, you may want to change one of these links. If you have 100 pages on your website, which is common, you have to go to every single one of those pages and make that change on all of those navbars, on all of those footers. And that's a hassle. We would much rather have this code in one file, make the change once, and then have it reflected on all the pages of the website. And that's what we're going to learn to do in this video. Now, our dental website, we've only got a few pages, so it's strictly speaking not necessary to do this, because you could just go through and edit 5 pages. That's no big deal, right? But it's best practices. You're going to want to do this, and it's just easier all around. It also helps making customizations. Every time we do our static files on one of these pages, we won't have to do all that so much if we break apart a lot of this code into a template file. So that's what we're going to do in this video, and that's what I'm going to start to do right now. So in Django, this process uses something called the Base.html file. And basically what happens is you put all your code that you want to be in the template, let's call it, in the Base.html file, and then every other page of your website just references that Base.html file. It extends the base onto its own page. So that's what we're going to do now. So it's really quite simple to do this, actually. We just want to go back to our code here, and we want to be in our website directory in our templates file. Right now we just have contact and home, but now we want to create a new one. So right click and create new file. And let's come up here and go File, Save As, and let's just call this Base.html. Now I think you could call this anything you want, but the convention is to call it base. So inside of here, we need a couple of Django tags. We need a block content tag, and then we need an end block tag. And these two tags go together, right? This is a block content tag, and this, we're just ending the block. So oftentimes when we use tags, we have an opening tag and a closing tag. So if we do an if statement, we'll have an if tag, and then at the bottom we'll have an end if. Well, just like that, we have to end this block, right? So now this is where the code from the other pages is going to get pulled and put. And you'll understand what that means in just a second when we look at this. So now on top of here and below here, we need to put the code that we want as our template file. So I'm just going to go to our home page here, and I'm going to head to the top, and it's probably all of this, and maybe this, and this title, and the head, right? And then this body tag. and then all of our navbar text. So in our particular template, it's called the header. So look at this header area right here. You can see this right here and here, right? We want all of this stuff. So I'm just going to drag and drop. And then here's the end of the top header section. And then here's the main header start. So we all want that. Here's that logo, right? That's just this thing right here, right? So we want that. And just kind of scroll down and get all of the links in this area. So now you can see the header area end tag right there. So I'm just going to copy this and then delete it. And so that disappears there. And then I'm going to put this right here in our base.html file. So that's good for now. Now we want to look at the bottom, our footer area, and probably also our JavaScript stuff. So let's kind of just look through here. Quick links nav, and let's look at the website real quick just to see what we're dealing with here. So scroll down to the bottom of any old page. So we've got this logo, this opening hours. So that's the sort of things I'm going to look for. A logo, this ATM suitor thing. We might keep an eye out for that. And that's how we'll know what code to copy. So I'm looking through here, quick link, opening hours, footer area start, and here's 3.image, single footer area widget. Here's that idiom thing we just looked at. Okay, so it's probably this thing right here and all the way down. So footer area start, that's our kind of start thing. And let's just scroll all the way down. And here's the footer area end, but we also want probably this stuff too. So I'm just going to copy it all. Control C to copy, or right click and click copy. And I'm going to delete it from this page. Then we just come to our base.html file and scroll down. And below our end block tag, we want to paste this in. Now, a lot of this stuff, look at this, we've got our static stuff. So remember, whenever we have a static tag, we definitely need this. Let's go up here to our top here. We definitely need to load static. So I'm going to bring this over as well and paste that in. We're almost there. We've got our base.html file. And if you haven't figured it out, the top part is the header stuff. The bottom part, obviously, is the footer stuff. And this stuff right here is where each page of our app will get pulled and outputted. It'll get output right between these two tags. So this is what we want. So that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Now we need to make a couple of changes to our home.html file. First, we need to, let's put it up here at the top. We need another Django tag, and this is just extends and then base.html, the name of that file. We're saying, hey, extends the base file into this file. And now, just like with our base.html file, we need these two tags. So I'm just going to copy these and I'm going to paste them in here. But here we need to designate what we're pulling out of this file, right? And that's all of the content in it. So this end block tag needs to go at the end of this file. We're essentially saying everything inside of this tag and this tag, Django is going to grab it and then pull it into our base.html file and output it right here between those same tags on this page, right? Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and save this. And if we did this right, we shouldn't really see any change. And when we come back here and hit reload, boom, nothing seems to have changed, but it's now working correctly. And we can tell that this is true by continuing on and fixing our contact page as well. So let's go through here and do our contact page too. So again, I'm just going to extends base.html and then put these in here. And now we need to get rid of all of our top stuff here. So nav start, header area end. So we get rid of that. Same thing down here at the bottom. We want to get rid of all of this stuff. Let's do it the other way. Let's come up here and find where it says that blog thing. footer area start right there. So we can just copy, or we don't have to copy, we can just delete all of this. Now we just need to put our block content in our end block. So I'm going to go to the end of this and paste that in there and save this. And let's head back over to our site and see if this works. It looks like it does. Now, did this work? Let's make a change to our base.html and see if it gets reflected. So here on this home link, when I click it, well, that works. Here, that works. Let's see. Let's make a change to the pricing page. Let's have that one point to our home page. I don't know, just to see if this works. So we can come back up here and let's go to our base.html file and let's kind of scroll down and find our navbar. And here it is. Here's the about, service, pricing. So let's change this pricing to URL home. So let's save this. So we just made the change once here on our base.html file. Now we can come back here and hit reload. And when we do, let's go to our contact page. Now if we click on pricing, it goes home. And again, here if we click on pricing, it also goes home. So now we can tell, oh, this did work. So from now on, every time we make a change to our base page, it'll be reflected on every single page of our site that uses the extends base tag, right? So that's what you're going to want to do every time you create a new page. So as you build out these other pages, you'll always want to put the extends base on there and all that good stuff. So that's kind of cool, but it also has now created another problem. Let's look here. If we go to the contact page, up here it says Dr. John Elder DMD, right? But that's not necessarily what we want for the title tag for our contact page, right? But the problem is the title tag is right here on our base page. And this is the title right here. So this title will be on every single page of our entire website. And that's not necessarily what we want. We want each page to have their own specific title. So how do we do that? Well, we could just come up here and create another tag here. And we'll call this block title. And then here we can end that block, end block, right? So now the title, this will be the default title for every page of the site, unless a specific page has a block title tag, and then it will get overwritten. So we can grab this, and I'm going to save this code. Now I'm going to go over to our contact page, and then just up here at the top, we're going to put a block title tag and an end block title tag, end block. And then here we can put whatever title we want for this page. So we can put about Dr. Elder, right? Whatever. So now if we save this, head back over to our website and hit reload, up here at the top it says about Dr. Elder. If we go back to the home page, it says Dr. John Elder DMD because that's the default title. Because we go back to our code, our home.html doesn't have a title tag, so it's just putting the default. What's the default? Well, it's in this base.html file right here. So you're going to want to do this for all the titles. You're also probably going to want to do this for all the descriptions, right? This is a meta description, and Google uses these to index the page. So when you go to Google and type in something, there's always a little snippet of text. Google usually gets that from this tag right here. So you don't want every page of your website to have the same meta description. So you're likely going to want to create a block tag for that. So here we can let's just do it real quick. Let's go block meta, I don't know, block meta underscore description, right? And then here we will end our block, end block, right? So that works. Now we can just copy this and go ahead and save this. And let's go to our contact page and just up here again at the top, we'll just put that in there. And you can call these anything you want and block. So I called it meta description because that's what it is. It's a meta description. And here we can go, this is the website of Dr. John Elder, DMD, the greatest dentist who ever dentisted. Exclamation point. So if we go ahead and save this and come back to our website, if we then go to our contact page and then hit view page source to look at the meta description, we can see this is the website of Dr. John Elder, DMD, the greatest dentist who ever dentisted, right? But if we go back to our homepage and again, right click and view page source, we see this one just says dentist, right? HTML template, because that's the default that we put in our base.html, and we probably wouldn't want to change that. So I would just change this to welcome to the website of Dr. John Elder, DMD, dentist to the stars, whatever, right? So that's how you do base extends. That's how you extend any sort of template file using Django. And this is also how you do your block title tags and your block meta description. And anything at all you want to be separate from your base, you can designate with these block tags. And we called this one block title. We called this one block meta description, but you can call them anything you want. And that's cool. So now I'm going to suggest you go through here and change all of these to the actual links that you want. Right now, all we have is this contact page. So we don't really have any other of these things. In the next video, we'll start to build out these other pages, the about page, the service page, and the pricing page. And we'll have to update our base file, the links to those pages as we build them out. But we'll look at that in the next video. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, which is super, super helpful for the channel. And be sure to check out Codemy.com, where you can use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. So that's access to all my courses, hundreds of videos, and the PDF versions of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 80,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from Codemy.com, and we'll see you in the next video.